Here on One Now, Bob says opportunity knocks.
Thanks for your applause. Thank you for your phone calls. And as for mail, all day today, while I was getting ready for the show, letters have been pouring in. Why they make me change in the post room, I will never know. I get no respect around here. All my fan mail is returned marked not known at this address. Why does my wife do that? There's no point in using an 18-pence stamp, because it's quite likely I won't get it at all. 18 pence for sending a letter. And for that price, your letter goes into a class they call First. Let me explain why they call it First. If you drive a car and you want to go really slowly, what gear do you put it in? All is clear now. Out where I live in the country, post is really slow. Good Lord, this week I got a rates bill for 50 doubloons. Our postman committed suicide. His wife didn't get the note for 3 weeks. Oh, just a few letters get through. I started to read this just before I came out here. It looked awfully nice. Look at this. Dear Bob, even our dog recognizes you on our TV now. Isn't that lovely? I don't know how it goes on. It says, when your program comes on, he pricks up his ears, walks to the set, lifts his leg, and changes channels, It could have been worse. Actually, you know, a man actually phoned my home last week, about 5 minutes to midnight. Hello. Man said, I'd like to vote for that 9-year-old girl who sang Ben. I said, apart from anything else, that was 2 months ago. He said, I know, but I had to come through directory inquiries. However, star makers, the rest of you were on the right lines. About 500,000 voters can't be wrong. In third place, you clapped your hands, you stamped your feet, and you joined in a chorus of approval for the Dixieland beat of Jerry Stooks and all that jazz. Well done, Jerry and the guys and the gals. In second place, her tens of thousands of fans gave their support to our 2-times winner from Swindon, vibrant vocalist Jane Marie Osborne. But in first place, you endorsed the top star value of 99 awarded by our studio audience and brought back to compete on tonight's bill those 2 likeable clerical workers from Neath who supply all their own words and music. Once more, then, opportunity knocks for Rosser and Davies.
On a Saturday night, we hit the disco in our local town. When the girls look better when we've had a few beers down. I saw a girl on her own and her eyes sparkled like the sea. Oh, so I went up to her and asked her if she'd dance with me. Well, the music was so loud we could not find a nice quiet place. So we had to shout and end up spitting in each other's face. We sat by a table, 'twas the first one we could find. Oh, she was seeking true love, but I had only one thing on my mind. She was my one-night stand, and I'm taking her by the hand. But don't don't expect this thing to last forever. Sha-la-la-la-la, 'cause when the clock strikes 2, there's only one thing to do. Let's make the most of our one night together. I told her I was a computer operator. You liar. And if she liked, she could inspect my software later. Yeah. She started biting my neck down. She nearly bit right through. Ooh, I think Count Dracula could have learnt a thing or two. Then we went for a walk by the sea in the cool moonlight. We started kissing under a tree.
That must have been a sight.
She said the effect for her was like a ride on the fair.
But why?
It only lasted 2 minutes. She felt sick and it spoiled her hair. She was my one night stand, and I'm taking her by the hand. But don't expect this thing to last forever. Sha-la-la-la-la, 'cause when the clock strikes 2, there's only one thing to do. Let's make the most of our one.
Let's make the most of our one.
Let's make the most of our one night together. Ay, ay, ay.
Thank you for act number 1. Lloyd and Gareth, Rosser and Davies. You have no idea how difficult it is keeping our winning act a secret each week. Mind you, we have a great publicist here at the BBC. Thinks a press release is something you do with a seatbelt. She told me, Bob, I'm trying to respect your privacy. She said, I'm trying to protect you from the common gaze. That's impossible. The BBC is full of them. I know, publicity, is it important? Some say it is. Some say it's more important than talent. Other people say physical beauty is paramount. You look at Bo Derek. She appears in all her films the way she was born, naked and unable to talk. Then there's Des O'Connor, beauty and talent, both missing. So I can kid Des, because actually Des never lets anything get him down. Des, are you kidding? Once Des was touring a hospital. He saw a little old lady in a lonely corner bed, and Des sat down and sang to that little old lady for an hour. And when he'd finished, he said, I hope you get better. And the little old lady said, you too. Sorry, Des, but you know what we say in show business. Yes, you do, Des. You're in show business. Yes, you are. There's no such thing. We say there's no such thing as bad publicity as long as they print your name right. And act number 2 can take care of that little problem all by herself.
So you leave it with me and I'll check.
Hello, I'm Dorinda Hodgkiss from the village of Brampton near Barnsley. I work in an old established printing firm in Wombwell. From time to time, I have to check on the progress of special orders in the factory and keep an eye on the fellows who work there. My show business ambition started as a young girl when I won some talent contests and joined the church choir. In my spare time, I collect old books, and it's fascinating to see how the printing has advanced up to the latest computer technology. And like the printing process, I like to think my singing has developed from those early childhood talent shows to my appearance on screen tonight.
She works with words, but she certainly knows her way around a melody, as you'll appreciate when you meet act number 2. Opportunity knocks for Dorinda. Dorinda, she's act number 2. And with new talent like that, it is no wonder that Bob says Opportunity Knocks is the nation's top-rated light entertainment show. Well, of course, we're thrilled about that. And if nothing else, doesn't it make a change from sport? The football season is over at last. And it doesn't start again for, 45 minutes at least. I'm too embarrassed to tell you which football club I support. They are the only team in history to be relegated by the pools panel. Bad. They're bad. How bad are they, Bob? I'll tell you. They are so bad. On the last game of the season, the Man of the Match award went to the tea lady. It was worse than that. The match was so dull, the St. John ambulance men were rioting. But good or bad, you can't change loyalties, can you? And I know act number 3 feels the same way.
Hello, I'm Johnnie Casson, born in Halifax, but for the past 18 years a resident of Brighouse, Yorkshire. And the 3 lovely ladies are my daughters, Lindy, Lucy and Amy. You cut, you butter, you put cheese in. I help run my local football team, known as the Junction, and the girls help me with the refreshments. Right. Last game, lads. You know what you got to do. Sun in. We've got to whoop them. Fight for every ball. I used to play drums with a group, but for the past 3 years, I've concentrated on comedy. As you can no doubt see from my prowess on the field. OK, so I may not be a Maradona, but then I bet he doesn't have to make the sandwiches. Soccer's a great team game, but tonight I'm leaving the lads and hoping to score with a solo performance. Sometimes comedy can be a lonely business, but I know the girls will be on the touchline as usual, supporting me all the way.
Well, you parents will certainly agree that anyone who's brought up 3 daughters has to have a sense of humour. And it helps to live in Brighouse, too. Here's a Yorkshireman who finds fun everywhere. Opportunity Knocks for act number 3, Johnnie Casson.
Hello. Wonderful crowd. I know they all say that, don't they? Well, I don't mean it either, I'm just saying it, you know. I came off stage last week and this fella said to me, "You should be on television." I said, "Do you think I'm good enough?" He said, "No, but I could turn you off when you're on there." Hey, this fella goes into a doctor's, he said, "Excuse me, doctor." He said, "Can you recommend anything for yellow teeth?" He said, "What about a brown tie?" Hey, no, hey, you need a drink now, though, don't you? This world is getting worse, eh? You'll be lucky to get out of this life alive, won't you? Hey, this is what you're up against. Like, look at these pants I bought on market, and, hey, I've got a nice shine on them shoes. Look at that. Ain't it a pity, the suede? Ain't it? No, I fell for that on the market. There's a big sign, it said, 25% off all trousers. And, oh, thank you. Hey, listen. Oh, you're clapping me off, thank you. Look, no, they wanted me to work there, you know, but I said, it's a trapdoor. They said if you die in a death, they said they'll pull a lever and you go down a chute there, and you come up on stage in the middle of a New Faces show. You know. Hey, oh, but hey, do you like my Dorothy bag? And, no. Hey, I didn't like coming on my own, you know, and, no, do you know, I think I'm a bit insecure, you know, but, hey, that looks better than sucking a blanket on telly, doesn't it? And, because I've never been right lucky, you know, me. Oh, no. I was thinking, you know, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have had no luck, me. And... I mean, how many of you people get letters from the Reader's Digest saying you have not been included in our latest show? No, it's always been the same with women. Oh, do you know, I'm not kidding you. If I sewed castanets on my pants, I still wouldn't click. I'm not kidding. Do you know about the Elephant Man got more birds than me? But it don't matter when you're married, does it? I mean, oh, do you believe in life after marriage? I don't mind being married, but the hours are too long. You know. You see, it's when you get kids. We've got 3 kids, and them kids have kept us together. All right. Well, she won't take them, and I'm not having them. No, actually, I'm very proud of my youngest daughter, because her bedroom It's just won first prize in a Beirut look-alike contest. Oh, kids, eh? Who'd be a teacher, eh? Can you imagine, like, school trip? And the platform at the station, hundreds of kids all over the platform. And the headmistress, she wants to get them all to the loo before they get on the train. And she pushes all these lads into the gents like that. And this little lad comes out, she says, get back in there. And he come out again. She says, get back in there. He come out again. She got all him, she lathered him like that. She smacked his bottom. She said, right, what's your name and what do you think you're doing? He said, Willie Carson. He said, I'm trying to get to Newmarket.
Thank you for a very funny man. Act number 3 from beautiful Brighouse, Johnnie Casson. Gosh, he was terrific. Unlike me, I remember my first television appearance, my act died. But the producer, he said you should do what Robert the Bruce did. And I said, you mean try again? And he said, no, go and hide in a cave. It's strange that I came into show business because I was a very shy child. I was delicate. I had to wear protective headgear for pillow fights. I used to shout, my dad can fight your dad, and run away. Well, I don't know, all the kids used to shout that. All except the local boxing promoter's son. He'd shout, my dad can arrange for your dad to fight somebody else's dad. In fact, when half of act number 4 came to the audition, he brought his dad with him. Not to fight, but to sing.
Hello, I'm Vic Turpin, and the young man on the left is my son Mike. We live in Bournemouth, and for the past few years I've run my own small workshop, repairing and respraying cars. Mike lends a hand whenever he can. As with our appearance tonight, this job involves pretty careful preparation in order to hopefully achieve the best results. I've been performing over the past 20 years, and Mike started about 4 years ago. But the first time we teamed up to perform together was at the audition for this programme.
Mike, get a mask. Take over from me, will you?
From time to time, it's nice to be able to stand back and let Mike do all the work, but tonight it's a joint effort. And whatever happens, I'm sure that after the show, we'll step out to celebrate our appearance and maybe even paint the town red. Instead of me.
On his application form, Vic Turpin listed 11 previous occupations, from sailor to sales manager. But tonight is the start of a new career as he teams with son Michael. And opportunity knocks for Turpin and Turpin.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, darling, stand by me. When the sky we look upon should tumble and fall, and the mountain should fall into the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me, oh, stand by me, oh, darling, stand by me. Oh, darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, darling.
number 4, Turpin and Turpin, a father and son act. Gosh, how I wish my son and I had talent we could share. But he always says, push off, Dad, and get your own women. We're all a bit on edge this week because apparently someone told me there's a bug going around the BBC. And I keep expecting to see a cockroach on a skateboard. So I went to my doctor for a checkup. I said, I've been working like a dog. Well, he gave me a prescription for Win-A-Lot. I'm a private patient. And, my doctor is a specialist, by the way. He removes lumps from wallets. And he is basically a lousy doctor. I don't know why I go to him. He shares his office with a travel agent. Last week, they gave a patient 6 months to live. 3 here and 3 in Mallorca. Con merchant. That travel agent is a con merchant. He said, Boop, I've got the perfect holiday spot for you, Boop. He said, right on the coast, Boop. He said, lots of fishing, 140 miles from Paris, and everybody speaks English. After we'd booked, we found out it was Grimsby. Terry Wogan has cracked his holiday problem. He just goes on a walking tour of the North Sea. Des, Terry. Now, I fancy the south of France or Spain or Italy. In fact, anywhere sunny enough to grow the sort of canes that interest Act number 5.
Right, let's get the stuff inside then.
Hello, we're Carousel. That's me, Nick, on the left, Richard in the glasses, and my wife, Catherine. We make the reeds for our own instruments using special cane imported from Europe.
Nick, I'll need another 10 pieces of cane at least, please.
Righto, I've got some here. Kathy has been doing this since she was 13, and as you can see, it's a very exacting task because the canes have to be specially shaped to fit the various instruments. We've known each other for some time, but only formed our trio last year. Richard is a freelance musician and also works part-time in market research. Kathy teaches the oboe at the Kingston Music Centre.
Well, that's 1 done, 99 to go. What do you think?
And I teach a system of music and movement to young children. As much as we enjoy making the reeds, it's actually playing the instruments that gives us the real satisfaction.
We know from your enthusiastic reception how much you've enjoyed the wide range of musical talent that we've presented over these 10 weeks, from a cappella to bluegrass. Well, here's something totally different for you, and I'm sure you're going to love it. As opportunity knocks for Act number 5, Carousel. thank you for Richard and Nicholas and Kathy, who are act number 5, Carousel. They were a delightful discovery in a weird week of auditions. That week was strange. It started with a phone call from Ireland saying, the mime act won't be turning up, he's got laryngitis. And we went to a nightclub that advertised a male stripper. Turned out to be a little old lady who ran around ripping the clothes off the fellas. Then a girl vocalist came on who was so bad the manager asked her to stop singing while the waiters were serving. The very next day was a Thursday, and we were holding auditions at this hotel, and the head waiter showed up. He bound the producer hand and foot and handcuffed him, blindfolded him, and put him in a tank of water, and then said, now will you pay your bar bill? When our audition tour got to Cheshire, we said cheese. And the reason we smiled as broadly as the famous Cheshire Cat was act number 6.
Hello, I'm Annette Law from Stockport in Cheshire, out for the day with my 6 sisters. I'm at Bradford University doing a course in business studies, so most of my time is spent studying. My family is a very critical audience. However, I still love to entertain them in my spare time, something I've been doing since I was 12. Show business is a bumpy road, but I hope I can keep my head as well as my seat. I love travelling, and once in the United States, I tackle 3 jobs a day in order to pay my way. Although I intend to complete my studies, there's really only one job I have in mind, and I hope to be on target for it tonight.
Annette's been a chambermaid, a waitress, a mini golf course manager, a business student. Well, I think you'll agree when you've seen her that she could be whatever or whoever she wants to be. Opportunity knocks for act number 6. Annette Law.
Well, hi there, everybody, and welcome to Southport. I'm sorry I'm late. I've just been counting a few barrels for JR. Trouble is, I drank most of them. Life is so depressing. I could kill myself, but the writers would only bring me back to life again. Probably in the shower. And I can't take water with anything. Things have gotten so bad, we've had to open Southport to the public. Oh, no. Here comes the first coachload of British tourists now.
He's a right gunless trollop, that coach driver. He's got less brains than Campo. And he's got a brain the size of a dart. He's got to park my bum on a warm seat. My legs have been killing me ever since I had them lagged for the winter. Anyway, I've no time for idle gossip. I promised Campo a pair of them cowboy wellies. They'll go right nice with this balaclava.
I need another drink to cope with these screwballs.
Kiwi! Mrs. Ewing! And how are we today? Sorry, dear, what was that? Oh, Basil. I left Basil at home cleaning out the drain. Mind you, that's nothing new. He went down the drain years ago. I once thought Basil would drive me to drink, but he couldn't get the car started. Now, dear, you just sway there, and I'll join those other 3 guests over by the pool.
Oh, Audrey, just look at the size of that swimming pool. Oh, do you know, I've not seen anything so posh since, well, Elsie Tanner's wedding.
Oh, you're so right, Mavis. Oh, I'll listen, that sexy JR, eh? I think I'll tell my elf to stick the corner shop right up his town hall agenda.
Oh, Audrey, you wouldn't, would you? Oh, people would talk.
Give over, Mavis. You're making my hair do damp. Serving in our Gale's cafe has already turned my hair into a tub of lard. I don't whether need a shampoo or an oil change.
Oil change? Think I could do with an oil change. My throat's gone all rusty. Fetch a drink, Percy.
Make that too. I said, I need help. Pamela? Pammy, where are you?
Did somebody mention my name? I know it's not really the same as Miss Ellie or Jock, but here comes the shock. When J.R. comes round, I'm quite game.
That's it. Everybody out. I never want to see another stupid limey. Even the missus you in. You know me. I'll turn up in anybody's act. Just, for one reason only. Just to make a good impression.
There you see, 24-year-old Annette Law going in as our final act on this evening of 6 fine displays of talent. Of course, our producer takes all the credit. He insists he has flair, just because he's wider at the bottom than he is at the top. Yeah. He'll have his work cut out on June the 20th when all the winners that you've chosen with your millions of votes appear in our live final and compete for the top slot of the lot. Voting's as simple as picking up a phone and picking out a star of tomorrow. We spread the load on British Telecom's computer by repeating our regular 6 phone numbers on today's page of the Radio Times and on CFAX, page 146. And then for those of you who prefer a reminder on your screen, I'll bob up later this evening with those numbers and a roster of the acts you've seen. That'll be about 9:25 after the news and before Cagney and Lacey. We'll review our entire bill right now to get a snap result at the star value that our visiting audience will give us. Last Saturday, they were in accord with you, star makers, winning golden opinions with the very original young men from Neath in South Wales, Rosser and Davies.
She said she used to have a boyfriend, and he was Japanese. But he was friendly with the boys, and he asked you please. He had a funny name, and I know what she meant.
We know what she meant.
She called him Banana.
Why?
Because he was yellow and black. She was my one-night stand, and I'm taking her by the hand. Let's make the most of our one night together.
Well, we got an 87. Studio audience loved you tonight. And yeah, so did I. I thought it was a great number. After last week's show, any difference in your lives?
Well, I think the public have respected our privacy, actually, you know.
No one's asked us for an autograph or
For phone calls.
Didn't get mobbed.
Oh, how comforting.
Bit of a shame, really.
Well, we're delighted to have you back. We have Rosser and Davies, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. We've got an 87. It's a high score. From Brampton in Yorkshire came the attractive young lady who works in a printing firm. And I think she can expect a few more letters to deal with after her TV debut tonight. Here is Dorinda. That was lovely, Dorinda. You got yourself 70 from our studio audience, which I'm sure makes you very happy. That goes into the books, which you study and collect. Books, I mean.
Yes.
What kind of books?
Musical books. I also like to collect fiction.
Oh, are these modern books or old books?
No, they're old books. Some of them date back to maybe the late 18th century.
Ah, you may have the first volume of my autobiography there. Set by Caxton. Ladies and gentlemen, Dorinda. Dorinda was act number 2. Third on the bill was also from Yorkshire, a very funny fella named Johnnie Casson. Here's Johnny's bubbly style of comedy.
Hey, this London, though, it's unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, no, they call it the rush hour, don't they? And nothing is moving. You know what I mean? No, because you know that right big car park you've got down here, that massive car park, the M25, you know. Oh, well, I were on that, you know, and I managed to throw a 6 and get off it, you know. But I was in Soho, in the West End, and there was a fella lying in the gutter, like full length in the gutter. I said, are you all right, pal? He said, well, he said, I found a parking space, he said, and I've sent the wife to buy a car.
Johnny, a 79. A well-earned 79.
Double figures, that'll do me.
I thought you were terrific. And, of course, that's our studio audience vote, and, you know, our viewers have yet to call in. Johnny, you're so bubbly, and you've kept us laughing all day at rehearsals. Are you always like this?
Well, no, not at home, I'm not. No. Oh. I can't get a word in. I've got 3 daughters and a wife.
Ladies and gentlemen, a genuinely funny and likeable man, Johnnie Casson. You're right there. Our fourth turn tonight was a double act, father and son. And they call their new family business Turpin and Turpin. And business sounds good.
Oh, darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, darling, stand by me. Oh, darling, stand by me.
Stand by me. 89. Ooh. 89. Did the audience like you, or did they like you? Which is the father, which is the son? Sorry, I'm very confused here.
I'm the father.
You're looking very good, Nick. And may I congratulate you both, Michael and Vic, on that marvelous studio vote. That's Turpin and Turpin. Well, we have a fascinating result here, as you can see. We got Dorinda on 70. We've got Johnnie Casson on 79, which is one of the high marks for a comedian. We've got Rosser and Davies on 87, last week's winners. And Turpin and Turpin have just scored 2 above that with 89. Wow. Now, what's going to happen? Can it be topped? Richard's in market research. Kath is a music teacher, and her husband, Nick, is teacher of eurythmics. Well, they combine to produce beautiful music from the instruments they make themselves, and they're called Carousel. We got a Music Appreciation Society here, Carousel. We got a 75. Congratulations, because this kind of music is not necessarily a great crowd pleaser. It's a pleaser to those who love this kind of music. I may say I number myself among them. Beautiful stuff. Which 2 of you are married again? These 2. No, wished it. Ladies and gentlemen, here you heard from Carousel. Situation has not changed. The leader here in the studio, Turpin and Turpin, runner-up, Rosser and Davies. Carousel were act number 5. Sixth came a Bradford University student with an extraordinary talent for mimicry, Annette Law. Here's a quick rerun of some of the voices she gave us tonight.
Oh, isn't it exciting? Oh, I think I'm coming out in a rash.
Pull yourself together, Mavis. Look, even your woolly pony's coming unravelled.
I think I'm losing my voice.
Gormless Chollop. With a voice like that, you'd think she'd want to lose it.
I need another drink. I can't stand it. No wonder they call her Stewed Ellen.
Annette, we have 2 fat ladies, which you may never be either of. 88. Well done.
Thank you.
The studio audience loved what you did. And so did I. I thought it was terrific. You gave us a selection of voices. How many altogether? How many impressions can you do? Have you ever counted them?
No, probably about 70.
Gosh, that's terrific. I hesitate to ask. Have you ever thought of having a go at me?
Oh, I'd love to, Bob. Give it half chance.
What would Percy Sugden say, Phyllis? Ladies and gentlemen, Annette Law. Well, there it is. The closest finish we've had so far on this series. We have Rosser and Davies, last week's winners, on 87. We have Annette Law with her wonderful impressions on 88, but we have winners. We have father and son from Bournemouth, Turpin and Turpin, with 89. That's what happened here. So once again, our visiting audience has chosen a winner by the intensity of their reaction. But the act that returns next Saturday depends on you, Star Maker. Each call that you make costs 5p and registers instantly. As soon as you hear my recorded acknowledgement, you can hang up. Please be patient if the number you choose is engaged. It just proves you've picked a popular choice. And I'm off now, having had a marvelous evening here. If you're out for a walk tonight and you see me driving home, be careful. You're on the M4. Have a nice week. If opportunity comes your way, don't knock it.